Hey guys, I know it's a bit dark, but today, as you saw the title, I'm going to be reading my survival narrative from school. Let's get started. My real name is Skyla, but everybody calls me Survivor, even my parents. It gets annoying. It all started way back when our car crashed. I don't really remember this happening, but they say I tumbled down a hill unconscious, and I thought I was dead. I woke up in the Amazon. Seems I fell into a raft and drifted away into the ocean. They looked for me for half a year, then gave up. That was the start of an amazing story. When our car crashed, I thought it was the end, but we hit a big rock and I hit my head on the window really hard and I went unconscious. My parents could not stop the car. Then the car door swung open. Something cut my seatbelt. I think it was a branch because there were a lot of small trees with giant branches around. Then I tumbled down a hill. Then I tumbled downhill into a raft someone had been using. Then they quickly jumped out, and I was floating away. I found myself in the Amazon rainforest. How cool is that? Then I quickly remembered I was in a river where piranhas live, so I started to panic. How was I supposed to get out of a moving river? I started to get closer to a waterfall. So I saw it was getting more narrow and I jumped. I made it, I thought. But the rafter didn't. I would have been fish food. I couldn't believe what I just did, but I was starving. I had to get something to eat. Then I just realized that I had my backpack on. It only had a candy bar, blanket, and my stuffed animal dog. They were all soaked, and that could not be all I had. Just then I remembered I put my phone in the small pocket. I got so excited, and the little pocket was open. My phone must have fallen out into the water somewhere. I had lost all hope. By the way, this story is not a true story. But I had to survive. I did not want to end just like that. I had to build a shelter. I noticed the ground was soft and moist, so I collected some leaves and twigs and dug a hole into the ground. Not a deep one, a wide one. And the dirt was hard and dry under it. That was good because I did not want to sleep on the wet ground. I still have my backpack on my back, but I took it off and put it in the hole. I started putting the big sticks up, and once I did that, it looked like a structure-looking thing. Then I covered it with leaves, and it was a hut. It was very difficult. The sticks kept falling, but I finally got it. I was ready to find food. I went into the forest to find some normal-sized sticks. And I did, but I needed something to make them sharp. I went to my hut with the two sticks, one big and the other normal size. I went over to the river side of the river. I saw something white, so I went over to investigate. It was my pillow, but it was wet and gross. The sun was setting soon, and I got my pillow out and let it dry. Then I remembered, mosquitoes. I had to make a door or something to block the creatures at night. What could I use? Oh, I got it! I saw some vines not too far away, and I do have some sticks left. I went over to the vines, got a big piece, and got a couple of sticks. I tied them together, and they kept falling apart. Wait, I could tie them together in sections, then tie them all together, and it worked. I put my door by the opening, and there are no strange night creatures tonight. I went over to the river to wash up. I saw something shiny in the river, but it was too deep down to get. I did not think much of it. Sure, I was curious, but not that curious. I went back to my shelter and tried to sleep. It was way too quiet, but I ended up falling asleep anyways. I woke up the next morning, so cold I couldn't stand it. I needed to make a fire. I found some sticks and started rubbing them together. I thought I would get a fire like in the movies, but nope. So I tried rocks. To my surprise, that didn't work either. I found some dead weeds and placed a lot of them on the ground. I got bigger rocks and started hitting them together. It created sparks, but I couldn't get the sparks close enough to my pile, so I went a little closer. I got fire! Now I needed food. I took the sharpened sticks down to the river. There weren't just piranhas, there were other fish too. I tried so hard to catch a fish. I was not surprised that I did not catch one. So I went back to my hut. I had to think of what I could eat. I wanted to save my candy bar. I went deep into the rainforest, only to find some weird fruit hanging from the tree. Honestly, I did not care what it looked like at this point. I just needed to eat it. I tried climbing up the tree, but that did not work. So I went back to my hut, grabbed my big stick, and I went to the fruit. Back to the fruit. I will have you know, the tree is really flimsy. I threw the stick at it. It did not hit it, but when I started to lose all hope, I threw it one last time. I hit it, but the fruit did not come down. Honestly, I have no idea what I was trying to accomplish throwing my stick at it. So I started shaking the tree. To my surprise, 5 fruits fell from the tree, including the one that I hit. When I was walking back, I noticed a stick with a bowl-shaped thing on one end. So I picked it up and brought it back to my hut. I thought this could be useful. I got back to my hut, my stomach growling with hunger. When I got back to my hut, I sat down and ate 3 fruits. The fruits were about the size of my fist. I was bored, so I decided to take a nap. But I forgot to close my door, and a creature came in and took the rest of my fruits. I woke up thinking, where is my food? I noticed my door was open. I thought I had to get more food. Before I ran out of energy, I went back to the fruit tree, but I walked a bit farther this time. You will never guess what I saw. A moose! I could get meat. I ran back to my hut and got the 2 sharpened sticks. I threw the big stick at the moose. The moose started to make a lot, and I mean a lot of noise. It fell to the floor. I threw the normal sized sticks at it, then got back and then it got back up and started charging at me. I ran faster than I've ever ran before. I went back into my hut. The moose knocked it over. I had no choice but to jump into the river. So I stopped and went back to the forest, but then I heard just about to jump. I was in the water and I heard a loud water noise. The waterfall. I had to get out of this mess. I heard a helicopter above me and I was in big, big trouble. That is my survival story that I have so far. The teacher's only going to read 3 pages of it, so I had to leave it with a ... I'm going to write more, but that's just it for now. So thank you for watching and listening. Peace out. Bye.